And welcome back, everyone. My name is Brian. Eduardo's here with me again because obviously why?
Why not?
And we get the
I know you're all upset that.
Look
I'm
at
here.
this.
It's okay.
It's the Beyblade of Death Room.
I miss Beyblade.
It's been so long for me.
Do they still make them? Because I'm really tempted to go to Toys R Us and just buy one.
You know, they probably have some weird spin-off thing, but you know that.
They're no longer tops. They are ceiling fans.
What?
You said a weird spin-off.
Yeah,
I was trying to go as weird as I could.
Okay, fine, whatever. So we're still doing more stuff in Pandora's Temple, and like I said in a previous episode, this area is like a good third of the game, at least, or at least half of the game.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know. I don't know why it's like I'm asking you this, and you have no idea. But
I
yeah,
just have to agree.
It's a good like half of the game, or
also
a third of the game.
Who makes a temple like this? Like if they're not worthy to get in there, then just make a field that just kills people. If you're not worthy, you're dead. You step on it, you're dead.
Yeah.
Why go through the point of building this elaborate maze of just like death and carnage?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're sadistic.
I don't know. Well, I know who made it, and I know what like he was actually given kind of like instructions on what to do by the gods. So
Who made it?
his name's Pathos Verdes III, and we see signs and stuff from him, like actual like pedestals of text and stuff that he left behind
In the game?
Yeah.
All right. I was about to say, I'm like, is this based off an actual historical figure, or is it just something?
You know,
just for the
I
game?
do not know.
All right, because some games will do that. They'll throw in like an actual historical figure with nothing that really deals with their real world counterpart.
Yeah.
But you know, people will think that it's right.
Yeah, but
Like I'm pretty sure there's some people who play like Assassin's Creed 2 and really think that Rodrigo Borgia is
he's a Templar. He murdered my family. I am not Ezio.
My name is Inigo Montoya.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
I should probably watch that movie tonight.
Probably.
I have it. It's a great movie.
It's probably on like Netflix or something like that too. I'd imagine.
It was. It's not anymore.
Ah, dang. Okay.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. When I say it was, I mean like more than a year ago. It was.
And share the movie with everyone, because for those who don't know,
It's The Princess Bride. It's a great movie. Came out early 90s, late 80s?
Yeah, I would say so. It has some really good lines in it. Isn't
very quotable.
Andre the Giant in there?
Yeah, Andre the Giant. Yeah, he's mostly dead.
You know, we should put down these weapons and do things more civilized. What, like beat each other with our fists? It's been a while since I've seen the movie, so you know, don't knock me for not quoting it properly. But you know, it has a lot of good lines.
Oh, it has a great amount of lines.
But
it's inconceivable.
I would hate to kill you.
Here's
Really,
one.
so would I.
Yeah, here's one that people I see this all the time on Reddit. It's like, you keep using a word. I don't think you know what it means.
Yeah. You think it means, but it doesn't mean that.
No. That's a great movie. I think the last time I seen that movie was maybe the beginning of this year. Mm-hmm. It's been long overdue for a rewatch. And yeah, I would have time to actually rewatch movies before all the new shows come out.
Yay, new shows!
Because that's seriously, it's like the fall and spring I spend watching all the new shows, or new episodes I should say, of shows, because they're not necessarily new. Mm-hmm. But the new episodes of shows, and I spend the summer and winter catching up on everything else I didn't see because I was busy watching those shows.
Because why not?
Yeah.
Oh, this room is basically on a timer, but you don't really know that because there's no actual timer present. But if you notice, the floor has like a seam going down the middle, and you can kind of see through it.
And it slowly widens.
And it wobbles like that. It doesn't split. It drops. Like it's like a trap door where it's on hinges. So you have to beat all of the enemies in the room to prevent the timer from to beat the timer. And once you do that, then you know the barrier falls and you're good. So
then it's all good.
You get a stick that can shrink in size to suit her mood.
I wasn't gonna go there.
She's quick and nimble when she needs to be.
Was not gonna go there.
You know what I'm referencing, though, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Those that don't, I'm sorry, I'm not going to tell you.
Tell you when you're older.
Yeah.
That's my excuse for everything that I don't want to tell people. Tell you when you're older. But I'm older than you. Shut up.
So we got the handle of something, which will become...
I forget what it's called.
No, that's what it is. It's called the handle. You got the handle is what it said in the thing.
I thought it said a handle of... And it had an actual word after that, I thought.
Unfortunately not. Now...
Oh, this sucks. I hate it when this stuff happens.
The pattern is pretty easy. They do the 1, 2, 3, and then they split apart. I mean, depending on the one. I got lucky there. I think it closed back on me after the fact, but yeah.
It's cool.
But hey, whatever.
Banana phone.
Yes. Oh, and this room is annoying.
It looks annoying. It really, really does.
Because you have to get this switch, or this lever here, and that removes the bars going vertically.
Then you have to
run all the way over here to get the one for the bars going horizontally. And yeah, I got hit, but you know, whatever.
That's not too bad.
And yeah, I nearly jumped into the pit, which
the bottomless pit.
It's like, why would you have this? Why would you have a pit in the hallway? It makes no sense.
Why wouldn't you have a pit? I have one in my room. I just have a giant pit that I have to, wall walk over to get to my bed.
True.
I mean, I don't know why you don't have one here. Like this would lower all the intruders.
What do you think this carpet is hiding?
Well, that does explain why it's a little wobbly.
Yeah. Oh, and we got our first Muse key. It's behind the statue here.
Are both Muse keys in the temple?
Yes, they're both in Pandora's temple.
You don't go back to any locations, right?
No, you do not. Except Athens, obviously, but you don't backtrack.
You have to go back through Athens to get out.
Right, you don't backtrack to like the sewers or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So honestly, you don't actually backtrack to many places.
On the crank.
I think the only place you really actually go back to, like, is the Oracle's temple. But and somehow rotating this lever makes this happen, which is nuts. Like, seriously.
I wouldn't question this, considering everything else that's going on right now. This is what you question?
True. Flaming swords and stuff like that you can swing around like boomerangs probably don't really count all that much, but hey, whatever. So, tight quarters and enemies, not fun. Just even
at least they didn't attack you.
They're like, what the fuck, man? Yeah, what are you doing here, man? Hey, why you stab me, man? Why you stab Julio? I don't know why I chose Julio, but hey.
That's racist, man.
I used to work with a guy named Julio.
That's more racist.
Yes.
Actually, no, it's not. I was just trying to make it sound racist. It really wasn't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, just bump and stab.
That sounds overly sexual.
It did. Yeah.
Bump and stab.
Bump and stab. Or it's a very, really, really, gross version of, some kind of weird sexual practice. It's like praying mantises.
Oh.
Bite its head off.
Yeah, I immediately thought of that once you said praying mantises. I was like, yeah, they eat each other after fornicating.
Not each other, but,
Well, yeah, the female eats the male. For protein. Even after eating its head, the body will still react to being eaten, so it'll attack. Even though it has no idea where it's supposed to attack. Yeah,
but it still does something. Oh, and this is cool. It throws a boulder. How many times do you think he had to get this right before it actually started working?
You can just see the prototypes.
It's like, oh god,
because the thing is, you have to pick stone that is just the right amount of it has the right amount of elasticity that when it smashes on other stone, it's not gonna crack right away.
Right, and it bounces in. Oh.
And how does it not destroy the bridge? Where did the stone go?
That's another good question. Here's a third good question. There are people that got beyond this point, I believe. So,
why was it closed up again?
And this is the Pathos Verdes the Third. So the youngest son died while building the temple
of Doom.
Yes, thank you.
Don't sue us, LucasArts.
Thank you.
Or Lucasfilm.
Disney
now. You're right. Disney.
So Pathos Verdes the Third is the chief architect and loyal subject of the gods.
Disney owns everything.
Yes, they do. But keep in mind that the chief architect and loyal subject of the gods, because that comes in play later. And this. Apparently, it's very difficult to rip someone's head off.
I would have figured it's just bone, so like it should just come apart.
Yeah.
Well, there's a little fleshy parts on it.
But still.
It shouldn't be that hard, though. At least I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, you'd think. But, whatever. It happens.
Yeah. I feel like Disney's going to own us one day.
Probably.
Disney's just going to own
Disney's
us.
going to pay us tons of money just to play games. That
How
would be
great
awesome.
that be?
That would be awesome.
No, the part that would suck, though, is that we would have to play Disney games.
I don't know. I have Disney's A Bug's Life. And Toy Story 2.
Yeah, but I like playing other games.
I know. But...
I'm kind of surprised Disney
we wouldn't be able to do God of War if we were owned by Disney.
That's what I'm saying.
Disney, don't buy us. Just pay us.
Mm-hmm.
Pay us lots of money.
Now look at that. This is what you mean that there were other people that made it further.
Yeah, so it's like, you'd think if other people got further, the door would still be broken, the head would be ripped off.
Mm-hmm. What's
Like-
going on? I want to know what's going on.
Yeah, Eduardo, he is so into this because he is.
I really am. I have no idea. Because you didn't even really let me watch this episode while I was editing it because we had to edit it so quickly.
Yeah, well, that was because it was one of those. Hey, we need this episode done. Let's kind of just edit it. Oh, okay, sure. I'll do this quickly while you're downstairs or whatever. So.
So it's this guy who's a barbarian.
Yes, and he is indoctrinated because he has that oily shadow kind of look at him.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh yeah. By the way, guys, if you haven't guessed, this game is very gory.
What are you talking about? This is like child's play.
I suppose.
The movie.
Yeah.
Chucky, in case people don't get it.
And then Chucky's Bride.
Yeah. That was the second one, wasn't it? No, it was Child's Play 1 through 4, and then it was Chucky's Bride.
Yeah.
And then there was The Seed of Chucky.
Which is that sounds kind of like that makes it seem really weird. It's like, ew, the seed of Chucky.
Destroy my enemies.
Not the spawn of Chucky, which
Does
is.
this explain why he turns all pale?
I don't think this cutscene does. Unfortunately.
That desperate call for aid would come to haunt
It-
Kratos for all his days.
It ties into why he's trying to kill Ares.
Yeah, because I know that he's going after Ares because Ares is being all crazy, and he's the one that gave him the Blades of Chaos.
Right.
That's about as far as I know. So I have no idea what else is going on really.
You'll find out. I think in the next.
Now we're
couple
back in
of,
this room.
Yep. The temple loops on itself. It's actually really cool. But the temple, or the basic story of Kratos, it gets explained I think in the next couple of episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So I just it's one of those pay attention kind of deals. But
Yeah.
since I think you only have up to episode 15 on the flash drive.
Yeah, so I just gotta watch those
Pretty much.
so then I can be a little, more informed. Because I don't have tons of space to keep these things on my hard drive.
Well, what can you? Yeah, and also isn't your hard drive formatted for Mac anyway?
My external one is, yeah.
So it's like you're pretty much stuck anyway. Total silence, I know. It's riveting. So as you exit certain areas, you the doors will close on you. But oh yeah, by the way, look,
Mom, no
a
hands.
rolling soup can of death.
Andy Warhol would be proud.
Yeah, he would. But we have to follow this thing along, and this is also really boring. This is almost as bad as the desert, but thankfully not as bad.
Look at this difficulty.
Oh yeah, such difficulty. Walking.
And we're walking. I feel like you're a tour guide. And
Oh, God,
we're
what's that?
walking, and we're walking, and we're walking.
What's the song? Making my way downtown.
Oh,
Walking
God.
fast.
I'm not.
So
gonna
we
keep
have to
you
follow
singing,
this thing almost entirely around the inner ring in order to get to this point.
which is all full of water.
Yeah. And now that we got up there, the ladder,
Doesn't quite connect.
it doesn't connect to the floor, so now we see what we have to do, and we have to actually walk and kind of balance.
Can't destroy that.
No, but still, we have to wait, because that pillar, that cylinder has to come back, and we have to basically balance our way on it, and
That's about
make
right.
it all the way back to the ladder. It's kind of annoying, to be honest, but you know what can you do?
It still reminds you of like a Benny Hill scene or something.
I know, but
It's like, yeah, just balancing on here. If only there was some wacky cartoon characters that you could do this with.
okay. So at the risk of getting like copyright,
You can't. We're making it our own. We're doing it with our mouths. They can't actually.
Oh, they
copyright
can't?
it. No.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
Because technically it's their own version of it. That's how people get covers. You can perform it, but you're performing it your own way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and the floor just apparently raises back up again somehow.
I think it falls and then it's like angled, so it falls into another pit, which doesn't really make sense.
Maybe, but no, it does not. It does not make sense. But that all being said, we now are ready to go to the next section of Pandora's Temple. And we actually have to spin things around, right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby.
I think they're gonna sue us just for that.
Just for the spoken word, poorly done version.
Exactly. They'll just be like, we're suing him, not you. You're fine. You didn't say it.
Yes.
We're suing him.
That jerk, he said it. So, and you guys won't see this, but we can both see this. The waveform for this part of the actual, like, the raw video is just a block of noise because of the rock on rock noise and stuff.
It's funny.
It is. Yeah. Waveforms. Yeah. Go.
I get really annoyed when I see someone editing and they don't have waveforms. Like, you can't see them.
I don't get it. I can't do that.
Neither can I. But
Yeah. Well. Either way,
Yeah.
we'll discuss more stuff next time in episode 13 of God of War. See ya.
Bye.